All right, well, speaking of bigger odds, longer odds, Reid, Tony Finau, plus 2,500 here, man. Your favorite golfer and your favorite place in the world. Oh, and I totally expect throughout the season you pulling a Geoff Ulrich and literally continue to talk about him every day since I know now he's on your season-long golf team.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, absolutely. He was the first pick on the Team Shaka. He was by far and away my favorite pick. I was waiting, and no one was going to pick him. And yes, everybody cares, Cody.
Yeah,
so
Cody.
Get off. Just because you don't care doesn't mean that anyone else cares. But anyway, moving on. Yeah, look, Finau, like he's a guy that strength of field, right? He plays well in these stronger fields. Now at 2,500, even though he's one of my favorite golfers, I don't necessarily think that these odds, like the odds for him at 2,500 in this tournament, is going to be fine because you're going to find him at much shorter odds in bigger fields. And to Geoff's point, that's what you want to take a look at, right? It's some of these players who aren't informed, but who have the ability to go low. And birdies are going to be a premium at this course. It's the putting that scares me. There's probably a few other courses like the Masters and some other majors where putting is the predominant stat. This is one of those courses where you have to putt. These are huge greens. 3-putt avoidance, definitely the case. You need to be making those putts within 10 to 15 feet. And that's just not Finau's game. Right? It's Sanjay is right there. I like Sanjay a little bit more. And Cam Smith. Talk about someone, too, that's a really good at this number. Cam Smith at the same or plus 2,200. He's a guy who's number 1 in strokes gained putting of the last 50 rounds, who doesn't have to worry about his driving accuracy, that I'd much rather go to than Finau. Finau you want to save for those bigger tournaments, stronger, like maybe less stronger fields that you can absolutely get birdies at.
All right, Geoff, how do you feel about Reid's guy?
Oh. I mean, I was ready to give my season-long guy, Cam Smith, some love here just to make sure you get him motivated for the year ahead. But, you know, Reid made the argument for me. I think in this range, you know, you almost need to make it more of a value proposition. And Finau does have the longest odds, I think, between like Sanjay, Spieth, and Cam Smith. But I kind of do have to agree with what Reid said. Like, I would rather try and get Sanjay or Cam Smith on board here. Especially Sanjay. Sanjay is such a good putter on Bermuda grass, or he has been at times. He certainly had most of his spike weeks on Bermuda. But, you know, Tony Finau coming in here off a win on the playoffs. And I know one of the trends I've thrown out on Twitter is, you know, with the Tournament of Champions, the guys obviously all have wins under their belt. But 5 of the last 6 winners here, they've grabbed wins either in the FedEx Cup playoffs or in the fall swing. Finau obviously fits in that swing. So does Sanjay M, who grabbed one in the fall. So something to think about. But I slightly prefer guys over Finau. I do think, though, if you're looking for like a basket of players in this range and you want to grab Finau as one of them, he does have bigger odds than the guys we're mentioning. So I don't think he's necessarily a bad bet. I prefer him, like I said, taking a shot with Finau at plus 2,500 over Bryson this week. That's 100% for sure. But probably would rank him third behind Sanjay and Cam Smith. But it is really close between those 3 players this week. I like all 3 of them.